Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, we help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and collectibles. I sit them down with one of our regular dealers. They're going to try and tempt them with a cash offer on the table today. Remember, it's their own cash, and they won't be parted from it very easily.
£70.
No, I'm sorry.
Now, if the offer's not good enough, you can place the same goods into an auction in the hope that you will get a little bit more money there. Today, the show comes to you from Chester. There's a great crowd of people here. They brought along their antiques and collectibles. They're determined to do business, and they want to walk away with the real deal.
Stanley, hello.
Now get ready to prick up your ears because Stanley's going to play James a tune. Will you recognise it, I wonder?
You brought along your own musical instruments.
Yes.
So tell me about them. Are you a player?
I'm a player. I play the cornet,
Yeah.
which I've done for several years, and I've inherited the both, but I don't play the clarinet.
You don't play the clarinet?
No,
So you don't want much for that one then? So why are you selling them?
Well, I would like to get a new instrument, a new cornet.
A new cornet?
What's
wrong with this one? I don't want to buy a dodgy old musical instrument.
No, it's a bit sentimental, but...
Yeah. But you inherited them from whom?
From my father.
Okay.
Yes.
And he was a player as well?
He played, yes.
Yeah.
He played in a band, in a military band.
A military band?
Yes,
Okay.
and everything like
So
that.
I'm guessing these are dating from the 30s. Is that
Yes,
about right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you prove to me that this one works?
Oh, yes, I
Well,
can.
give us a tune.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting better.
Yes,
it's getting better.
It's getting warmer.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not surprised you're selling it, but maybe that's you, not the instrument.
It is, yes. When you haven't played it for a while.
Okay, all right. Well, I believe you now. I believe you. And you're not going to play this for me, are you?
I'm afraid not.
Is it made of ebony or is
Ebony,
it a
yes,
stained wood?
You can see the
Yeah, you can see
wood.
the grain in
Yes,
them.
yes.
It looks to be a good instrument. No cracks.
Yes. No cracks,
No cracks,
nothing
no
like
chips.
that.
And you've got the cases for both of them.
The case for both of them.
So I think the best thing is to offer you some money for the two together, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I am a Welshman, don't forget.
Is that bad?
Oh,
Is it worse than being a Scotsman?
it's worse than being a Scotsman.
Oh, God, I'm in trouble today, aren't I?
You are.
Anyway, let's put some money on the table. What would I like to give? 20, 40, 60, 80, £100, Stanley.
That looks good.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But it's not enough.
Not good enough?
No.
I thought you might say that. No. 120.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good, but
I think David's going to go advice
Oh.
now. He's going to tell you to take the money.
Stanley, what kind of a tune is our dealer playing today?
a very poor tune.
A very poor tune.
Yes, out of tune, I think.
Out
it
of
is.
tune. OK. Well, let me tell you what the auctioneer and the independent valuers say. They're in at 100 to 150, 120, 180. They're not the easiest things in the world to sell in the sale room, I'm aware of that. But if you take 120 and break it in two parts, it's 60 apiece. What kind of tune is that? I think it's close on the money, but I think it probably is worth a bit more. I think the 120 to 180 is realistic.
You heard the man?
I did. He always costs me money, that
Yeah,
man.
he does, yeah.
Okay,
Well-
I'm going to put one more note down, and I think that's going to be my lot. So 140, which I think is as much as I want to go to, Stanley, considering that they are not really collectible items yet. But you do have the option of going to auction if you want to,
Yeah.
and trying to get a bit
Could
more.
I squeeze another note?
No.
A small one?
No. But I kind of know my market with these.
Yes.
And I'm going to be pushed to make a profit.
Well, it will go towards a new instrument.
It will.
So I think I'll accept you.
You think you'll accept? Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for bringing them along. And
Thank you
thanks
very
for the
much
tune.
indeed.
Although I didn't think very much of it.
No. No, it wanted warming up.
Hi Shirley, I'm David.
Will David Ford's wallet need warming up? And is Shirley the girl to do it?
So how did you come to own a little clock like this?
Well, it was given as a wedding present to my husband's aunt in 1907. And I have the list of the wedding presents.
What, from 1907?
Yes.
Really?
And also the card when they got married, yes.
How interesting. May I have a look?
You may.
Mr. Arthur E. Evans, Bronwylfa, handsome drawing room clock. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, so in 1907, would have been a very stylish clock, would have been the sort of thing one would buy.
Yes.
Art Nouveau was at its height of fashion. And Art Nouveau is a great design because it's all based upon sort of plant principles, organic growth.
Yes.
And when you look at this, you can see the sort of organic-looking plants coming up and then inlaid with a little mother of pearl.
Yes.
This is mostly mahogany, and then it's got little boxwood stringing around the edge, which is nice. And it's standing on these little brass feet. It's a nice, stylish little clock. It's not worth a fortune, Shirley, as I'm sure you're aware, but,
Yes.
but I'll get some money out, and I'll try and buy it from you. What's a clock like this worth? How about 4?
Sorry.
Yeah. I may not have stopped. This is an opening bid.
Right.
£40. You don't like the sound of that?
No.
£60. Now don't shake your head too quickly then. That's good bid, isn't
Yes.
it?
No.
You should be excited to take my £60.
Well, I'm not, I'm sorry.
Are you not?
No.
I will try £70.
No, I'm sorry. No.
I tell you what, I'll take the tenner away and I'll make it £80. I have stopped now.
Would you put another £10 on it?
No, stopped. £80. Cash today, bird in the hand. Go to auction. Might end up with less, you know. It does happen.
Have you got another £5?
Oh, what's that for the cream buns, huh?
Yes, for our lunch in Chester.
If I put this other fiver down, which I don't want to do, will you shake my hand?
I will, yes.
Go on then. £85. Let's shake hands. Well done. Thank you.
That's the way to do it. Shirley kept saying no and David Ford was putty in her hands.
So I've got...
Can sisters Julie and Lisa do the same with our Helen?
And Lisa. Now, what have you brought in? Nice pieces of moorcroft here. Tell me about these.
My dad inherited it. It was in the garage. It's been in the garage for about 2 or 3 years. So my mum said to my dad, clean the garage out.
Now, does your mother not like it? Did your mum not want to keep it?
No, Mum don't like it at all. It's not her
dear.
thing. I know.
Well, they are very pretty pieces of
They are.
moorcroft.
They are.
Probably made around 1930s, 1940s maybe. Unfortunately, we have some damage.
Yeah.
And these chips look pretty new to me. So that's not very good. And the bottom one here, again, has damage. And again, the chips look very new. So I don't think they could have been very well wrapped up in the garage, but nevertheless.
That's a
But
shame.
anyway, this one's all right. So you've got 3 nice pieces of moorcroft. Moorcroft's always desirable. It's always collectible. People like it. So if I put some money on the table, you'll be sure to tell me when to stop, will you?
Carry on.
Your purse will be empty.
Well, look, there's £50, and there's another £50. So that's £100, girls, for some damaged vases. What do you think?
Bit more.
A bit more? A little bit more or a lot more? A lot more. £120. Come on, girls.
I do think we're still looking for a little bit more, personally.
A little
Yeah.
bit more. Look, girls, how about if I go one more 20? Now, this is, I tell you, this is getting very, very close here. £140. Now, bear in mind that will bring you up to almost 180, 190 auction.
I would still like to go to auction.
Yeah, can we think about it and come back later?
I'm afraid you can't do that. Look, girls, one more. Look, there we go. £150, and that's my last. That's me finished.
Totally.
And that's it. You have to go to auction now if you don't take that.
Right. Well, personally, I think I'd still like to go to auction. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Want to go to auction?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I hope it's the right
let's do.
decision. I
So do
really
I.
hope you do well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
And I
you.
hope your father's pleased with your decision.
So do I.
Now, girls, have you made the right decision here?
Helen Gardner offered you £150 in crisp notes, no deduction, no commission. What did you think about that offer?
Well, we were hoping for slightly more. So.
Okay. Did you do the right thing?
Who knows?
Okay. Girls are not sure. I'm going to say 150 that was offered was a good, sound offer. They're here now. The reserve is 140. Are they going to make better?
And I've got £100 bid for it straight away. 110 is the next bid. At £100 the bid's here. At £100 a bid at 110 now. Do I hear it? 110 anywhere now. 110 on the internet, 120, 130 on the internet, 130.
130, 140. It's at 140 in the room.
At 140 then, last chance.
Okay, gavel has gone down. Good news and bad news.
Yes.
I'll come to the bad news first of all. There is commission to be deducted. That leaves you with close to 120 quid. First of all, Lisa, your reaction.
It's gone, it's gone.
You know what she was going to say? Rubbish. Okay. What's your reaction, Julie?
Slightly disappointed again, but that's the name of the game, isn't it?
That's the name of the game. You takes the gamble. On this occasion, I think I would have accepted the 150 quid. The real deal goes to Helen Gardner. Aye, Helen, 150 quid. Good on you, girl.
Also coming up,
I personally doesn't appeal to me greatly, if I'm honest.
a tactical retreat from David.
You don't want to go to auction?
Not really.
You can. You might get more money.
Will he? Find out in a moment. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Chester, where one of David's favourites has landed on his table.
You brought me in some 60s Poole pottery.
Yeah, my mother bought them in Bournemouth when she was on holiday in the 1960s, late 1960s.
They'd been new then.
That's right.
And do you like them?
I do, yeah.
They're very colourful, aren't they? And it's of the period, that 60s bold design.
That's right.
Which some people love. I personally doesn't appeal to me greatly, if I'm honest, but I can admire the sort of general flamboyance of the decoration and the style. Marked on the bottom? Yes, there it is. The Poole
pottery.
back stamp with the dolphin and England. And they seem to be in very good condition. So let's see if I can make you an offer you can't refuse. There is £20. That's obviously not exciting you at all, is it? Have you got some idea what you want for them?
Yeah, I've got a rough idea.
What about £30 for the two? Are you getting excited?
Not really, a little bit more.
You think it's worth more?
Yes, please.
I'll put another £5 down. £35. I think that's about where I'm at.
If we had £5 more, could we do a deal, David?
I mean, I'm loath to leave a profit behind, and there may be at £40 there could be a profit in it, so maybe I should give you the other £5. Don't know.
£40, we've got a deal.
You're going to shake my hand?
Yes.
You don't want to go to auction?
Not really.
You can. You might get more money. Yes?
No, I'd rather do a deal on the day.
So, all right, there you are. £40,
Deal.
and we have a deal.
Thank you, David.
I own these pots.
Indeed you do, David. Now, where would you like to put them?
Well, Joanne, what are you doing with 3 watches?
They're actually my partner's. He was left them by his grandfather.
Uh-huh. So does he not fancy keeping them?
No, he decided to, because we're getting married in September, So it's not something that he's ever going to use.
I see.
And his granddad's been dead for quite a while now, so it's not...
So this is going towards the wedding, is it?
It is, yes.
I see.
Yeah.
He doesn't need one to get him to the church on time.
No, more than his life's worth to be late.
Well, what have we got here? This is a hunter with a little hunting scene on it, which is rather nice. Little animals, hunting stags. This is a gold-plated one. It's nothing very special. And this is a silver one. I rather like the silver one. I think it's rather nice. I like the graphics on the dial. Well, these were very popular in the late 19th century. The gentlemen would wear them on gold chains. They'd put them in their waistcoat pocket. And I think that there was a bit of one-upmanship in the type of watches that they would wear. So I would imagine they'd be very expensive at the time.
Okay.
But this silver one is rather interesting. I'll just open it up and let you see it, because I think this one is got a very interesting movement, as you can see. I think it looks like a fusee movement. It's rather nice. And do any of them work, do you know?
I don't think so.
And the second hand's gone off of this one.
Yes.
But I still think they're quite desirable. I think people collect them. So, do you know how much you want for them? Have you got an idea? You do. You do. You're not going to tell me, are you?
No.
Well, I'm going to put some money on the table and see if I can buy them. £50 down. £100, Joanne. What are we thinking about that?
That is a good start towards the wedding.
That's a good start to your wedding. You get a couple of bottles of champagne for that. Well, I don't know, Joanne. What about 120? Are we getting there? Oh, here's David.
Hi.
David. Oh. This is towards a wedding, David.
I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking 3 watches, 120. It doesn't seem like a lot of money. But there is a problem here. We have a silver watch and we've got 2 gold-plated watches and none of them work. Now, this may be a very small adjustment for a watch repairer, and it may not. I mean, I think if our dealer can rectify them at a reasonable price, quid's in. But can she? That's the question.
Well, what do you think of David's advice?
I prefer not to go to auction, to be honest. So if that is your final...
That's my very final offer.
Okay, I'd like to take that, please.
You're going to take it. Have a
Thank
deal?
you very much. We do.
Well done, Joanne. And
Thank
good
you.
luck. I hope that brings you a lot of champagne for your wedding.
Thank you very
much. Good luck
much.
at your wedding.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now over on James's table, Nadine's brought in a scruffy picture, but no one knows exactly what it's of.
So you brought along a little watercolour.
Yeah.
What's the history of it?
I don't know anything about it, to be honest. It was found in my attic.
Are you found in the attic?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know anything about it at all. The artist is from Preston. He was an artist photographer.
Okay,
But
that's interesting.
That's all I know.
But you don't know where it is?
No.
I'm wondering whether it's Liverpool.
I don't know.
Do you think that's possible?
I don't know. There's no, the iconic buildings of the Liverpool waterfront there, so I don't...
No, I mean,
don't know.
that tower could be Liverpool, couldn't it? I'm not sure. It's got problems, hasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it's at some point it's been hanging in the sun, so the sky is completely washed out, and we've lost lots of colour.
Yeah.
Here, all these oranges and greens and yellows are very muted, and all the blue's gone in the sky. So it really needs quite a lot of restoration.
Yeah.
It's also got this nasty mark here, which is caused by pine in the back of the frame.
Oh, right, okay.
And you can see where it's had a mount at one point.
Yes.
But anyway, it's signed there, E. Beattie, 1883. And it's basically an interesting little scene. It would be wonderful if we knew where it was.
Yeah.
It would make a lot of difference, because then, I can target it at customers who live locally.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
right.
always a good thing. But it really needs a lot of TLC. So I will make you an offer, but I don't think it's going to be a huge amount of money.
Okay.
And even before I make you an offer, I'm going to say that it might be best to target it at auction, because someone may recognise where it is.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm here to try and buy it, first of all.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a bit of money on the table. 40 pounds. You're very sure about that, aren't you?
Very, yes.
Okay. I'll go one more. £50.
No, sorry.
You don't need David's advice, but he's coming to help you anyway.
50 quid. I think that's a very interesting picture. £100 to £200 is the estimate from the independent valuers. My advice is to say, James, thank you very much indeed for that deposit that you put down on the table, but we're going to auction and see if we can get a good price.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll try one more offer then.
Okay.
I just think, I really think the condition is so against it.
Yes, yeah.
And it needs such a lot of money spent on it that I'm not going to offer you more than that. So it's £60 on the table.
No,
You're going to go to auction.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think it's a wise decision,
Okay.
honestly.
Thank you
Thanks very much for
Thank
bringing
you.
it. I hope
Thanks
you
a
do
lot.
really well.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, will that view find an admirer over at the auction? David?
We've done a bit of research and the auctioneer seems to think it was somewhere Merseyside.
Yeah.
It is within this area really, in the Cheshire area and probably Liverpool.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have helped it. Left in the attic
Yeah.
by a previous owner.
Yes.
Discarded, not wanted.
No.
Amazing. It's here now.
Okay.
You turn down 60. 150 to 200 is the estimation. Is it going to sell?
135, the estuary scene, that's the one, little watercolour. How much may we say again? £100 then bid for this one straight away. £100 then bid at £100, £100, £100. This is on the estuary, I think it's opposite Liverpool, someone said. There we are. At £100 then bid at £100, 105, 110 on the internet, 120, 130 now on the internet.
130.
130 is now at 130.
It's so close.
140 with me now, at 140.
We're at 140. We are so close to now.
At 140, with the auctioneer then at 140 only then. Last chance at 140, all quiet and done at 140.
The gavel went down at £140, but it didn't sell because the reserve was 150. Are you disappointed?
A little bit, but it's something I didn't pay any money for, so
Okay. Well, I'm going to say don't be disappointed because it is a nice item and it's a commercial item and I'm sure it would sell on another occasion. So, real deal has to go to James Late at £60 because that was a real offer.
Coming up, who wants to give this little doggy a home?
Do you like this little jug, Lindsay?
No.
No?
Anyone?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Chester.
Across the dealer's den, Lindsay's brought Helen a jug with a bit of an ugly mug.
Tell me about this jug. What do you know about it?
All I know is that it appeared one time, sometime in the 70s, on my grand's hearth. And when they had to move from the house to sheltered housing, obviously they had to get rid of stuff. So it was given to my mum, and my mum is trying to declutter, so she gave it to me.
I see. Do you like this little jug, Lindsay?
No.
No? I think it's kind of the thing that you would either love or hate.
Yeah.
I think so. I think you would have to have an instant liking to him or you would kind of loathe it.
Yeah, I'm more loathing.
You're more loathing
Yeah,
than anything
definitely.
else. Well, I don't know. I think I'm ambivalent. I'm not quite sure whether I love it or hate it. But anyway, it is a little early 20th century Majolica style jug.
Yeah.
So it was made just as a little kind of touristy item wherever it would come from. I do suspect it's British. I don't think it's continental.
Right.
I think it was probably made in Britain. Do you know how much money you want for it? You got an idea?
I've got an idea.
Are you going to tell me?
No.
No, I thought that would be the answer. Oh, Lindsay, what am I going to do about your jug? £20.
Bit more.
A bit more than that.
More than that.
But you don't like the jug.
I know I don't. But I've got something I do like that I want to do with
Okay,
it. So.
£30 for your jug. Now, are we getting a bit closer?
A bit closer, yeah.
Do I want to put any more money on the table for this jug?
Yeah, go on.
Look, there's another fiver. £35 for your ugly little jug that you don't like.
I like that offer.
You're going to take that offer?
Yeah, I think
We're going to have a deal?
Yeah.
Why am I buying this ugly jug, do you know?
Haven't got a clue.
Neither do we, Helen, but let's hope Motley will find someone to love him. Now, the Duke's sitting down with Annabel Wills, curator of the Macclesfield Silk Museum, to discover more about the town's silk-making past.
The story of silk in Macclesfield began in 1650 with buttons like these.
They're
silk
extraordinary.
thread buttons made by the cottagers, the women and children, to add to their income.
And this is a pattern book of samples of silk handkerchiefs or silk scarves as well. And these are the type of silk scarves that would have been produced in the 19th century.
Yes, 1850 this book. This is.
So those are the Victorian silk handkerchiefs. You know the ones. Pick a pocket or two, boy, you gotta pick a pocket or two. The Dodger would have been out, doing a little bit of that, trying to lift a few of those silk handkerchiefs. They are very colourful when you see them in the flesh.
Yes, it's beautiful that they're still so colourful after all these years.
Amazing. Now, is this bringing us into the 20th century?
Yes, this is 1920s and 30s, very fashionable, not just in Macclesfield, everyone in the country had a Macclesfield silk scarf. We've got bias cut scarves, the drape's beautiful, the stripe's woven, so it's colourful on both sides. And the point about Macclesfield stripe was that it was washable.
I'm looking at that. Now that shrieks Art Deco to me.
The buttons.
The buttons, of course, are jumping out at you.
Again, it's washable silk. Its cut is minimal, so that you haven't got much fabric there. It's very clever, the way it's pieced together to make an interesting garment.
How would you describe the quality of Macclesfield silk? Is Macclesfield silk right up there?
Yes, I'm sure, and it's still being produced in Macclesfield. There's a handful of companies still producing ties for Italy.
Yes.
Italians love English silk.
Fascinating. So get along to the Macclesfield Silk Museum. It's well worth it, believe you me, I have seen it. Thank you for taking the time and bringing along this wonderful collection.
Now, does David Ford know what Michael's brought to his table?
Little brown jug.
Really?
It's a cue for a song, isn't it?
It was.
Was it Glenn Miller?
Yes,
was
in
it?
the 40s.
Little brown. I don't remember. I can't remember how it goes, but anyway, I remember that much. So tell me about your little brown jug.
This belongs to my mother.
Belongs to your mother?
Yes.
Where has it been? Where has it been living?
This jug has been in New York, in a house in New York.
In New York?
Yes, and we were from Chester originally. And we emigrated, and now we've come back and brought it back.
I see. It's nice, actually. What do you know about it?
All I know, it's spode.
It's spode. Hopefully it's got a little red mark on the bottom. There it is, spode, and it's it's an impressed mark with red. And so this will date a little bit earlier than that, about 1830. It's called Pat's Pat, really. In the 18th century, Josiah Wedgwood produced things like the Portland vase and that sort of thing with this Pat's Pat decoration. And it was used by many of the good factories, including Spode. And this is a nice example of that kind of ware, where you've got one glaze on top of another, which creates the decoration. And it's very well done. I mean, looking at it, it's got these nice little cherubic figures frolicking around here. It's got this lovely acanthus casting on here, which you sometimes find on furniture of the same period. So it's very nice. I noticed there is just a little crack there, which is a shame. But apart from that, it seems to be in good order. Have you thoughts on how much you want for it, Michael?
Yes.
You have? Oh, tell me. No one's listening.
No, I don't think so.
No? So you just want me to put down lots of money and you'll stop me when I put too much down, will you?
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Let's start with that £20 and that one, £40 for your jug with a little crack.
No.
You said that very quickly.
Oh, it's...
I think I might rummage down here, and there's one a different colour. £50 for your jug. It's worth a bit more, but with that crack, it does matter. So my offer for your jug is £50.
No, I don't think so. I think it's worth a lot more.
You think you'd get more at auction?
Yeah, I think I'd get about twice as much.
You think that jug's worth
Yeah.
Really? I'll tease you with 60. And I have stopped.
If you put another one down like that, I'd probably do it.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
Michael, go to auction.
Okay, I will.
That's the plan.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you well.
So Michael thinks his jug is worth a ton. Let's hope no one pours cold water over his ambitions.
You sat down with David Ford. Now, David offered £60. What did you think about his offer?
I thought it was worth twice as much
Okay.
as that.
Well, the estimate here in the sale room is £80 to £100, and there is a reserve of £90. The question is, did Michael do the right thing? Should he have snapped up the cash? Should he have run out of the room, or should he have gambled and come to auction knowing there's a commission to be paid? Well, we're about to find out. It's coming up over there.
There we are, lot number 20. This super jug here, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful example. How much may we say for this one? £50 bid straight away at 50 and 5 now do I hear. At 50 the bid's here and 5, 60 with me, 60, 65 now do I hear. At 60, bid's still here with me at £60. 65 anywhere else now do I hear. 65 on the internet.
Pass the bid on the dealer's day.
At 70 with me, 75 you're bidding now. 75 on the internet quickly. At 75 and we're waiting. At 75 now shortly at £70. Bids here with me still at £70. 75 now do I hear. All quiet and done with me then at £70.
Gavel went down at £70, which was below the reserve of 90. How do you feel about that?
I've got another day to sell it, so I can do that.
Okay. But that's the way the game goes sometimes. You gamble, you take the chance, and it doesn't always work out the way you want. Coming up after the break, man's the best friend.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Chester.
Hello.
In the last deal of the day, Mike's hoping to find his toy bulldog a new owner. But how much will James pay for this growler? The Duke and auctioneer Robert Stone are sniffing around the deal.
So you brought along your toy?
Well, yes, it was always at home from when I was very young. So
Did you play with it, or did it frighten you?
No, we weren't.
We weren't allowed to play with it.
We just looked at it.
Yeah. This is a bit older than you, I think.
Yeah, I'm 67, so that probably.
Okay, I think this probably dates from the late 1920s,
Is it?
early
Yeah.
30s, that sort of thing.
That's right.
And they're known as growlers
Yeah.
for obvious reasons, because
That's right.
they do a bit of a growl. It's a papier-mâché body.
Yeah.
And then he's on wheels as well, so you can
That's right.
pull him along and take him for a walk and make him bark as he goes.
That's right.
So why do you want to sell him? Because
Well-
you've known him all your life.
We've got 5 children, and there's 1 or 2 of my sons would like it, but you can't share a dog. So
That's true.
So
yeah.
if I do part with it today, and I will distribute the money to the 5 children. So
Okay, right. So 10 quid each, that sort of thing.
deposit, yes.
I was just testing.
No, I'm sure you're going to do better than that.
Well, I expect we will. Another good point in its favour is the fact he's got nice glass eyes.
Yeah.
That's the earlier sort of eye, which is
It
nice.
looks very genuine with the
He
eyes.
does. Yeah, it's quite frightening, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, a lot of young children that came visiting would keep away from
Yeah,
him.
I'm not surprised. But generally speaking, he's a nice thing.
Now, Roberts,
Yeah.
how many years since you've seen one of those go through the sale
Well,
room?
truthfully, I'm not sure if I've actually ever sold one, David. And I love it. I think it's such a nice thing, and I love that jawline, and it's in lovely played with condition. I like it a lot.
I like what you described there as in played condition. It's still in nice condition, but you can see it's been enjoyed, it's been played with.
Yeah, sure.
And to my eyes, it's got a lot of light and shade. It's got a lot of character about it. Now, where was your estimation on this?
200 to 300.
Okay. I think we've got a dealer here who is the right man for the job. Let's see what James puts on the table.
So let's offer 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
That's for one leg.
40, 60, 180, 200.
Well, James has already laid down the lower estimate. How high will he count?
Straight in, no messing, no commission to pay, dare I say,
Yeah.
£260 in cash. What are you thinking now?
I'm thinking I'd like to sell it. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to tell our seller the auctioneer has got the hots for that dog. I like it too, and I think in a sale room, if he's prepared to gamble, it could do better. 260. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. How much is that doggy in the window? Now, the condition on this one, I would say, is fairly average. Not bad, and he's growling still.
He still growls, yeah. What do you think of the show so far?
Rubbish. Absolutely. £260 sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
They can do better in auction, so it's all down to you.
That's right.
At the moment, that's a realistic price, but it could fetch more if you're prepared to gamble at auction.
Thank you.
Okay, so that means I've got to put my hand in my pocket again, Mike, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
just make it round figures.
A round figure.
Yeah.
So 280. That's that not
That's
round?
it's still not quite
Not
round.
round enough for
no,
you?
The next one will...
Will it?
Yeah.
Will we have a deal at 300?
Yeah.
We would. Okay, look, there we are. 300 quid.
Right.
It's a deal?
I think so, yes.
It's a sale?
Yes.
You happy with that?
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks very much for bringing
Thank
it
you very
along.
much.
Thank you.
Now, what are you thinking now? Do you think you could have done better on the
I'm
day?
thinking, David, I'd have loved to have tried selling it, you know. I mean, it's just such a fun thing. I mean, all the character that it's got, I think it's a real fun thing, which I would really have liked to have a go at. But to be fair, you know, he's put the money on the table and he's tried hard, and I don't blame him for having a go at it the way he has. It's well done to him.
£300 is a fair price, but could it have done better in the sale room? We suspect it could.
Well, that dog had its day, but can the same be said for any of our dealers?
Thank you.
David Ford let the clock tick off for 100 and got rid of his favourite, that Poole pottery, for £50.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Helen Gardner's 3 watches went for 130, but the Mutley Toby jug remains unsold. In fact, all Helen's customers remark how ugly it is. But it's James Late who's top dog today. The bulldog is still seeking a new owner, but he sold the cornet for £120. Take it away, Stanley.
We've had a cracking day here in Chester. There's been loads of action, lots of buying and lots of selling. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.